the honor was bestowed upon Raila Odinga in recognition of his exemplified courage, endurance, dedication, and unwavering commitment to democracy, good governance, Pan-Africanism, and faithful service to humanity. Now, in his Mashujaa Day address, President William Ruto paid glowing tribute to the late ODM leader, describing him as a towering patriot and hero for the ages. He commended Raila for his lifelong dedication to nation building, stating that his name would forever be inscribed among Kenya's foremost heroes under the public seal of the Republic.
On this Mashujaa Day, in recognition of his extraordinary contribution and enduring legacy, the government and the people of Kenya inscribe Raila Odinga's name among the foremost of our heroes under the public seal of the Republic of Kenya. On behalf of a grateful nation and through the authority vested in me as president, I have today posthumously conferred upon the Right Honorable Raila Odinga the highest honor of the Republic, the Chief of the Order of the Golden Heart of Kenya. If Kenya is to attain first world status within our lifetime, as it must, we should set for ourselves daring, audacious goals and pursue them with unwavering focus. It is in this very conviction, ladies and gentlemen, that has guided my engagements with leaders and stakeholders from across the political divide. I have consulted with my former boss, the fourth President of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. I have held discussions with majority of members of parliament, and they are here. I have consulted with many governors and grassroots leaders from every corner of the nation. And I will continue to engage because Kenya's progress must never be a partisan pursuit. It is a national inclusive mission. Through these deliberations, I have arrived at a clear conclusion that although we have made commendable progress in stabilizing the nation over the last 3 years, the time has come to take the country to the next level.
Now, former President, that is Uhuru Kenyatta, on Mashujaa Day paid a solemn visit to the gravesite of the late former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, at Kango Kajaramogi in Bondo, Siaya County. Uhuru was accompanied by Siaya Senator Dr. Oburu Oginga, the elder brother of the late Raila. The two leaders walked quietly to the gravesite where they stood in silence for several minutes, their heads bowed in deep reflection and prayer. Witnesses described the former president as calm and visibly sorrowful, a stark contrast to his usual cheerful and animated demeanor. His composure and silence spoke volumes about the depth of his emotions and strong bond he shared with the late opposition leader. After a short prayer led by Senator Oburu, the two leaders returned to their family home without addressing the media. Uhuru made no public statement, allowing his quiet presence to convey his respect and grief. Right, counties across Kenya marked this year's Mashujaa Day with solemn tributes to the late former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, whose legacy dominated national celebrations. Flags were flown at half-mast in honor of Raila's leaders, and citizens alike reflected on his lifelong contributions to democracy, freedom, and justice. Now, the commemorations held in different counties also featured political reflections on the future of the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, with several governors reaffirming the party's commitment to uniting and continuity of Raila'S vision. ODM governors used the occasion to emphasize their resolve to strengthen the party and prepare for the formation of the next government, pledging to uphold the values and principles championed by Raila Odinga throughout his political life.
You are a member of ODM. How I wish, when you're going to sit down, that you come back to your former party, ODM. If you came back to ODM, definitely we'll have you as our front behind.
Kifo cha Raila Amolo Odinga kimeunganisha Wakenya wote. Kifo cha Raila Amolo Odinga kimetuonyesha kwamba ukiwa kiongozi wa kitaifa, uwe kiongozi ambayo unapinga mambo ya ukabila.
Iko watu wametudharau nchi. Wanajua sisi kwanza hatupigi kura, ya pili haturejesti. Na mimi najua hapa pahali tuko, pahali Unyalego kwamba ametuacha. Mimi najua tutakuwa na sauti kamili.
Sasa wengine wanaanza kudanganya jana kwa matanga. Ati Raila aliwaambia akikufa atuwabaki kwa serikali ya broad base. Aliwaambia wapi? You are lying. Maana Raila hakuwa anajua anakufa. Hii kifo ilipata tu kwa gamba, aliwaambia serikali goodbye of broad base government. Lying was not part of the ideals of Raila. Raila was a man who was committed to the truth. Say the truth and face the consequences. Not back of government. Do that by choice because you believe it's good. Lakini mseme kwamba Raila alisema alikwambia wewe watu ama uliota. Watu waache uongo bwana. Uko na freedom ya kwa serikali. But don't make it kwamba sasa iko ni obligation kwamba Raila alisema baki kwa serikali. Mbona Raila juzi wameka into law sheria ambayo inakuja kukandamiza vijana wetu. Hatuwezi andika kitu kwa mtandao. Mimi natukanwa kila siku kwa mtandao, nimekufa. The freedom of speech, the freedom of expression is in our constitution. Tuko na wabunge wanda bungeni wanapitia sheria ambayo za draconian laws. Sasa wewe andika kitu unatetemeka, lazima utafute jina ya uongo weke pale ndio sema unafanya makosa. Why can we allow our people to express themselves freely? If we love Raila, the freedom fighter, the man who dedicated the welfare of our people, we cannot speak from both sides of our mouths. We cannot. Huwezi kusifu Raila ni mzuri na ile madili alikuwa anasimamia mnaanza kuikandamiza hata kabla hajazikwa. Itakuwaje?
Right, moving on, Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has extended his country's heartfelt condolences to the people of Kenya following the passing of the late former Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Speaking during the Macharia Day celebrations held at Idokwe Stadium in Kitui County on October 20th, President Faye described Raila as a great leader and a pillar of African democracy whose life and legacy continue to inspire the continent. He expressed deep sympathy to President William Ruto, the Odinga family and the people of Kenya. Now Raila Odinga passed away on October 15th of 2025 in India, where he had gone to seek treatment. He was laid to rest on Sunday, October 19th of 2025 at his Nyamira village home in Bondo, Siaya County.
Before I begin, I would like first to take this opportunity to renew the heartfelt condolences of the people of Senegal to the brotherly people of Kenya and the passing of Mr. Raila Odinga, a former Prime Minister and a great leader in the political history of Kenya. I pay tribute to the memory of the illustrious departed and express my deep compassion to President Ruto, to his family, and to the people of Kenya. May his soul rest in peace. I would like to thank President Ruto for the warm welcome and all the attention we accorded to me and my delegation since our arrival in this brotherly country, home to the wonders of Masai Mara and Kilimanjaro. I am here in the invitation of my brother, President William Ruto, as a guest of honor on this day celebrating Kenyan heroes. I express my gratitude to him for this gesture that shows the excellent quality of relation between our two countries. I'm also here because I'm deeply committed to the duty of remembrance. Our heroes deserve all honors. They deserve our respect. They deserve our admiration. The celebration of Kenyan heroes who risked their lives fighting for the independence of their country is a great tribute that commands respect and pride. The members of Mau Mau National Liberation Movement suffered fierce repression at the hands of those whose sole aim was to perpetuate the colonial order. Jomo Kenyatta, Achieng Oneko, Bildad Kagia, Fred Kubai, Kangu Kurumba, Paul Kay, and their companions suffered the worst horrors of the colonial power, leading to the death of thousands of Kenyans, countless arrests, torture, and massive internment.
Right, at the same time, Mozambique's Prime Minister, Macharia Levy, has described the late Right Honorable Raila'S Odinga as a true patriot and a champion of democracy whose passing is a great loss, not only to Kenya, but to the entire African continent. Speaking during the Macharia Day celebrations held at Idokwe Stadium in Kitui County, Prime Minister Levy paid glowing tribute to Raila, praising his lifelong dedication to the fight for democracy, social justice, and African unity. She noted that Raila was widely respected across for his courage to speak truth to power, his contribution to strengthening democratic institutions, and his unwavering vision of a free, united, and prosperous continent.
We extend our deepest condolences and heartfelt sympathy to the people and government of Kenya and to the bereaved family on the passing of the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga.
Com seu desaparecimento físico,
his passing, Kenya, and indeed all African nations, have lost a true nationalist whose voice will continue to resonate in the struggle for a more just and democratic society.
Excelências, as festividades e comemorações do Dia do Herói.
Excellencies, the festivities and commemorations of this Macharia Day, which we mark here today, are not only a time of remembrance and tribute, but also a moment of introspection, reflection for a nation, and time to honor the deeds of its finest sons and daughters who fought, died, and sacrificed for the noble cause of liberation, nation building, preservation, and consolidation.
Now, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has paid tribute to Kenya's national heroes and heroines, acknowledging their sacrifice and dedication in securing the country's freedom and shaping its future. Speaking during the Macharia Day celebrations held at Idokwe Stadium in Kitui County, the DP commended the bravery and resilience of those who fought for Kenyan independence and contributed to its development, emphasizing that the spirit of heroism must continue to inspire present and future generations.
We continue to remember the many people who have sacrificed their time, their lives, and their comfort for our freedom. And even at this time, as we continue to mourn the departure of our former Prime Minister, one of the greatest Kenyans to ever walk on our soil, we remember many more, those who have gone before us for selflessly protecting our sovereignty, defending our dignity, and emancipating the black person from colonial domination, for expanding our political rights and freedom, and expanding and perfecting our democracy. What remains is now to strengthen the foundations of our country, perfect the economic well-being of the people of our country, and as you lead us, Your Excellency, the future of Kenya looks certainly good because of the labor that those who came before us have put, and because of the labor that you continue to put, Your Excellency, and putting us together even as we take the vision of our forefathers forward.
Now, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, has paid an emotional tribute to the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, describing him as a political brother, ally, and hero whose legacy will live on forever. Speaking during Raila Odinga's commemoration, or rather Macharia Day celebrations yesterday, Mudavadi said the loss weighed heavily on him, noting that their friendship was built over decades of shared struggle for democracy, justice, and a better Kenya.
I have realized, and in better times, Mr. Deputy President, I worked with Raila, and I remember when he brought fire into my belly, and I would go there saying, Nasa Hawa. We would say Nasa Uhuru, Nasa Ruto. But today, while Raila lies there, I'm at Nasa Sisi Wote. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you. Your Excellency, let me also take this opportunity because we did a turnaround of only 2 hours. And when we went there, we found Winnie, a very strong young lady. Mama Ida, you have somebody strong in your daughter. We found Ruth. We found Dr. Olunya, and we found Morris. We draped Raila in the Kenyan flag. It was a very emotional moment. We are back here. We landed, brought by the national carrier, Kenya Airways, and I thank Kenya Airways for heeding your instructions and turning around very fast, Mr. President. The national carrier brought back Raila home. The plane landed at 9:30 on 16th of October, switching from KQ 203 to RAO 001. That was the title of the flight. A great honor indeed.
Right, moving on, President William Ruto has reiterated his government's commitment to empowering young people through the Nyota program, describing it as a transformative initiative that will equip the next generation with vital skills for self-reliance and economic growth. Speaking during Macharia Day celebrations held at Idokwe Stadium in Kitui County, President William Ruto said the program seeks to train 900,000 youth across the country in various technical and professional courses. The head of state emphasized that the program is part of his administration's broader agenda to tackle unemployment and promote innovation among the youth. President William Ruto also revealed that the government, in partnership with the World Bank, has secured 20 billion Kenya shillings to support the implementation of the program.
Katika mpango wetu wa kupanga ajira na usaidizi wa vijana wa Kenya, tukishirikiana na benki ya kimataifa ama World Bank, tuko na pesa shilingi bilioni 20 ya vijana wa taifa letu la Kenya. Na katika hiyo mpango tunataka vijana 800,000 ili tuwajumuishe katika mipango tofauti tofauti. Tumewaambia vijana wa Kenya wajiandikishe pale katika mtandao *254#. Hapo ujiandikishe, utakuta mahali imeandikwa hapo Nyota. Uingie hapo ndani ujiandikishe. Number 1, kama wewe ni kijana, haujaenda shule, hauna kosi yeyote umefanya, tunatafuta vijana 90,000 ya kuwapeleka katika courses tofauti tofauti kwa gharama ya serikali ya Kenya. Hautalipa chochote, lakini tutakupeleka college na utapata vile unaweza kujisimamia ukiwa sasa umepata course ama umepata ufundi wa aina tofauti tofauti. Ya pili, tunatafuta pia vijana wale ambao mnafanya kazi, mko na skill, wewe ni fundi lakini hauna makaratasi ya kutambua ya kwamba wewe ni fundi. Pia tuko na mpango ambayo inaitwa recognition of prior learning, ili wewe ambaye uko na ujuzi, uko na ufundi tayari, uko na skill tayari, tukusaidie, tukufanyie recognition of prior learning ili ukuwe na certificate. Wakati unaenda mahali unaenda kutafuta kazi, sasa utakuwa na stakabadhi ya kujua ya kwamba wewe ni fundi wa aina hii ama aina nyingine. Ya tatu, pia tunatafuta vijana wenye biashara ndogo ndogo. Kama wewe ni kijana wa miaka 19 ama kati ya miaka 19 na 29, tunatafuta vijana 1,100 tutakao wapatia kila mmoja wao 50,000 kuendesha biashara zao. Vijana muko.
Right, moving on, residents of Kitui County have lauded the Kenya Kwanza administration for its continued commitment to implementing various development projects that are transforming their region and the wider Ukambani area. Speaking after the Macharia Day celebrations held at Idokwe Stadium in Kitui, several teachers and community members expressed gratitude to President William Ruto's government for its efforts to improve education and infrastructure in the county. Teachers particularly commended the governments for employing more staff, especially for their junior secondary schools, describing the move as historic and long overdue. They noted that the recruitment of additional teachers have significantly boosted the quality of education and addressed long-standing staffing shortages in public schools. Take a look.
Nishukuru Rais kwa kuleta hii sherehe Kitui na pia kutujalia hii stadium ambayo ni ya international standards. Kwetu ni baraka tele. Tunasema hii ni kitu haijaitokea na tunasema kwamba ni baraka kwa sababu imefungua njia na milango especially za kiuchumi kwetu kama wanawake na pia kwa vijana. Naweza sema mimi kama coach wa timu inaitwa Kitui Football Academy, hii ni inspirational moment kwa sababu vijana wetu wataweza kuona mechi za international hapa na nyota zao ama ndoto zao za kucheza katika hicho kiwango pia zitaenda kukua inspired. Na kuna so many projects zimetajwa ambapo president mwenyewe amesema kwamba sasa hatutakaa katika opposition, tutakaa karibu na serikali.
Vile vile nataka kushukuru sana kwa sababu katika Mashujaa tumeona walimu wetu walikuwa wamejitolea mwanga kwa kutumbuiza sherehe za leo na watoto na wanafunzi na tukafurahia sana, na president alisema mambo mazuri ya maana. Alisema kwamba kuna maana ya kushirikiana pamoja in regardless of what party so that people can get the development. Sisi tunataka ile inaitwa maendeleo, na sisi walimu tuko na furaha sana kwa sababu katika serikali ya Kenya Kwanza tumeajiriwa walimu wengi sasa katika JSS over 76,000 na vile vile kuna 20 wataajiriwa hivi karibuni katika JSS. Kwa hivyo tuko na furaha na this is an event in history. It has never happened. We were so many and we appreciate. President also talked about the food security, which is very key. Our area is very dry and he has managed to put some ideas that we shall have food security. Vile vile aliongea mambo ya infrastructure, kuna mpango mzuri wa mabarabara na vile vile mambo ya energy, mastima katika area yetu ipatikane. Kwa hivyo sherehe ilikuwa ya kupana sana.
Now, as the nation marked Macharia Day, residents of Kajiado County were granted a unique opportunity to pay tribute to the late Right Honorable Raila'S Odinga, who was laid to rest yesterday at his rural home in Bondo, Siaya County. The residents described Raila as a national hero whose legacy continues to inspire generations, noting that his lifelong struggle for justice, equality, and democracy earned him a revered place in Kenya's history. Speaking during the Macharia Day celebrations in Kajiado, Governor Joseph Ole Lenku hailed Raila as a hero of the Maasai community, recognizing his unwavering support for issues affecting the Ma people over the years. Governor Lenku said Raila'S advocacy for the rights of marginalized communities and his commitment to national unity will forever be remembered.
Tumekuwa wafuasi wake wasugu, na hata wale labda ambaye hawakujionyesha hadharani wamekuwa wakimpenda kwa msukumo wake wa taifa kuwa wa haki na ukweli, kupigania haki ya wanyonge na mtetezi wa mtu wa kawaida. Wengi wetu tulimpenda hata saa zingine bila kuonyesha.
Raila alikuwa baba yangu. Raila alikuwa, he was my mentor. Mimi sijaenda chama ingine na sijaichukua president mwingine. Ni ule mmoja tu, ni Raila Odinga. I've never.
Siku ile mzee anagonjeka nilikuwa na yeye. Amenieleza ako na shida, anauma sana. Yeye ni mgonjwa na anataka enda hospitali.
All right, that's where we wrap it up, our program here on EBN Prime Edition. And as the sun sets on this Mashujaa Day, Kenya stands united, humbled by the sacrifices of our heroes and inspired by their courage to dream beyond fear. Now, from the battle for independence to the fight for a better tomorrow, their spirit lives on us in each day. Let us honor them, not just in words, but in action, by building the nation they envisioned, bold, just, and unbreakable. From all of us here in the newsroom department, we say thank you to our heroes, past and present. My name is Macharia. Good night. God bless you. God bless Kenya, our land of heroes. My name is Macharia once again. It is exactly 27 minutes past the top of the hour. Do yourself a lovely night. And as always, let's do this again when God says we do.